Hello everyone. So recently several of our friends have requested help from us regarding this syllabus transaction issue, and we actually thought of making a video. It's going to be a brief explanation to how to do that because most of the students already know how to do it, but I'm going to add several advices from a third year student regarding how to choose, or is it possible or is it better to choose from the following years or not. So the very basic thing that we all know is that we should log in to our profiles and then go to syllabus transaction, selection transaction. Okay, you will have this part of the screen in the up top, and it's actually essential because it's showing you the amount of points that you already have. Now, quick information about the points. You only are allowed to be granted 30 points per semester. Now, you might be surprised that I have 45. Yes, a person might have a 45 points because there's a law or a rule in this university that says if a student has a higher average than 3.0, he will be able to, or he will be granted 15 points extra, or credits. People call this credits. So due to having an average of mine more than 3.0, so yes, I have been granted 15 credits extra, so my total points or credits that I'm allowed to have this semester are 45. And how many of them I have chosen? Only 7, because I have only chosen this course until now. Other very essential information you need to know about here is this number you see here. Be sure that that this number should be 0, because if you don't pay the fees of the university, you will not be able to proceed with the process of making the syllabus transaction or the syllabus or courses selection. So you should have this number here 0 to be able to go on to select whatever you want and then send the selection to your advisor. By the way, this is the name of your advisor and this is his email. The first advice from me to you is, after you finish all your syllabus or all your selection of the courses, be sure to send your advisor an email. To this email that you see here, be sure to send him an email informing him that I have chosen the courses I want. I'm just waiting for approval, notifying you, thank you, or best regards, or something in that meaning, just to notify your teacher or your advisor. Because some of my friends, unfortunately 2 years ago, they chose the courses they needed and they sent it. Everything was fine. This was 0. They paid all the fees. They sent the after selecting all the courses, they sent the selection to their advisor, but the advisor did not check the system, and they were not among the students who are allowed to take the course. However, in the added drop week, they were added to the course because they informed the advisor about that. Okay, the things that you need to know about here also are this status. I think it's very clear, the status of your selection. Did it reach the advisor or not? Did he approve it or not? Did you finish your selection or not? And so on. Something else you need to know is this. This means that this note here is telling you that whenever you choose your the course that you want, you have reserved your seat there. So if I choose, let's say this course, okay, it means I have reserved already a quota in here. I do not need to send this to the advisor to be sure that I have reserved the quota. Whenever you just click on it, your quota has been reserved. However, if you think you've clicked on something wrong, just delete it clicking on this red X. Something else we need to know is whenever you have this green sign, it means that you have completed that course and passed it. If you have this red sign, it means you have already taken that course before, but you have failed it. But if you have this this yellow sign, just like this one here, it means you just didn't take that course before. It doesn't mean you failed it or you passed it. It just means you didn't take it before. Okay, this is an example. I actually have failed this course before, so you can see that I have 0 out of 2 from it. Also, when you are choosing some of the courses, you might like, you know, see several, just like the one in here, you might see several options for the same basic option. Actually, the thing is, they are not all the same. They differ in something, whether the name of the professor or the time of the course itself. So you should check here. There's a time for the course and there's the name of the professor. You might find two courses that have the exact same details, the exact same name of the course, but you just see that when you check the name of the professor, it will be different. The time might also be different. And for the optional courses, it depends. Like, for example, this one, I should check, or I should choose two optional courses, because each optional course is 6 and I have a total of 12 that I should choose. It means I should choose 2 6s. But in the case of, like, let's say the freshman for the first year, if you check in here, you are only allowed to choose one. Okay, so when you see something like this, don't choose all of them. You shouldn't. Just choose one of them. As I told you, the name of the teacher might be different, or the time. In this case, the name of the teacher is the same, however, the time is different. You can check the times here, or the dates of the courses, they are different. So you should be aware of that. Do not choose several optional courses while they're actually all the same, just different teacher. Just choose once, okay? When it is optional, choose once, or according to the amount of credits you should be choosing accordingly. Okay, the first advice, answering the question that I have been asked by my friends several times: should I choose from the following years or not? Now, a quick information for the freshmen: you will be able to have 45 credits here starting from the second year. So you should first finish your first year and have a total GPA that is higher than 3.0, and by that you will, in the second year, when you will start choosing your courses, you will have a 45 here, okay, not 30. The difference is the 45 is actually just extra points, and by that you can choose extra courses, okay? You will be put under pressure by that. If you increase the number of courses you are going to have, you're actually just putting more pressure on yourself. Now, that's the answer of the question of my friends: should we choose courses from the following years? To be honest, I do not recommend that, and I have never done that, and I would never actually do it. The reason is, if you asked me to choose courses from the previous years, just to make the score better, I would absolutely say yes, and that's what I'm going to do actually this semester. But if you ask me for the following years, I would say I do not recommend that. Personally, I would never do that, because you should understand that the syllabus, or this curriculum, or this list, what are the courses that should be in the first semester, what are the courses that should be in the third semester, and whatever, this list is actually made by professors. They know how should the student take the information and by which way gradually. So first, for example, you should have circuit analysis 1, then you should start with circuit analysis 2, and you should not start with, for example, signals and these stuff of electricity and signals and analyzing whatever, unless you have already gained some expertise in circuit analysis. Okay, so supposing someone was in the third semester taking his circuit analysis course, just imagine this same guy is choosing signals and systems course from the fifth semester, okay, which means from the following year, from the next year. That's going to be impossible for him to be able to proceed in both of them. Okay, this means that he will whether fail in one of them, okay, or he will whether have low score in one of them, if not both also. This will actually reduce his GPA, his total GPA. And if his total GPA is reduced than 3, in the following year, he will not be able to choose, or he will not be granted 15 extra credits, and he will not be able to choose extra courses, okay? So be sure that my advice to you, just don't choose from the following years. If you want, you can choose from the previous years to improve your total, your GPA, your average, but do not choose from the following years. If you, however, insist too much and you think that you're genius and you can do that, my advice to you is to choose some courses that have lower credits. Now, I think you know already that the higher the credit is for any course, the higher its effect is on the average, on the GPA. So for example, if this course has 5, so it has a great effect on my GPA. Okay, this one has 6, so it has also a great effect on my GPA, but this one has 1. So even if I fail it, it will not be that, big deal on my GPA, okay, on my average. So if you want to take courses from the following years, from the next years, be sure to take courses that have lower credits, so that even if you mess up or have low scores in them or even fail them, it will not affect your GPA that much. Still, I do not recommend that you take courses from the following or next semesters. There is also a small piece of information that our friends should know. The way that your GPA is calculated is a bit, for some people, might think it's complicated. So if you don't want to go into that stuff, and if you're always worried about your score and how much my score will be, is it going to be A or B plus or whatever, if you don't want to calculate that all the time, just go to what we call, or what is called on the system, a virtual transcript. Go to Students, Actions, Virtual Transcript. This is actually, you can consider it as a program or as a game that allows you to know how much your average is going to be according to the scores you're setting already. So for example, for me, this is my first semester, this is the second, third, fourth, and fifth, okay? So the fifth have not yet started because my syllabus has not yet been approved, so they're not added here. So this is the fourth one, the last one I have completed, and now I can edit the scores. So for example, if I edit the score here and if I take A+, how much my GPA would be? Press calculate and it would tell you how much your overall GPA would have been if you've had an A+ here or a B+ there or whatever. Just choose whatever you want. I hope you found this video useful. Feel free to add your comments if you have any questions or inquiries. Remember to stay the best, be a hard worker, and have a nice day.